Nope, not doing that. No way. Thinking crap piece of... Hey, what's happening everybody? Hope you guys are feeling great. I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. And welcome to another PS5 Warframe video. I just like saying that. And welcome to another Kuva Compare. Now I've been doing these for a little while. Kuva versus the original. They're fun, but rarely fair. Kind of like this one. So, I had a little bit of an idea. First off, the Kuva Hind versus the Hind. Here's no comparison. They function the same, but the Hind is a first tier weapon. It just lacks in damage. So I thought, what if we compared it to a good gun? A higher tier gun. Now, as far as the Hind's special or alternative fire options go, it has a burst fire, a single shot fire, and an automatic fire. It's almost one of a kind until you get to the Tiberon. Now, there was a couple weapons that I found that might have been worth comparison. The Argonaut, the Harpak, and the Cerebus. Oh, okay. But still, they were all unfair. Now, I've noticed the Kuvas are always better than the originals, so I figure we use the Tiberon Prime because it's better than the Tiberon. It only makes it fair. Now, when it comes to comparing these two, I have both of them. I built them both the exact same way. I found that they both perform better as critical damage guns than status guns. That being said, they both have the same amount of bullets in the chamber, but the Kuva Hind has got more in the barrel. It's got a slightly faster fire rate. The Tiberon Prime's reload speed is technically faster, but it's by 0.3 of a second. You're not going to notice that. Now, when it comes to their burst fire options, the Hind has got 2 more bullets per burst. Now, unless you're doing a power build where you've got like 1400 per bullet, it's not really going to matter. Especially if you're doing a crit, it's not going to matter that much. But if you're doing a power build, then it's like, what, 2800 damage that you're losing out on. So that way the Hind would be better. But like I said, as critical damage weapons, the 28 critical % chance, better than 25. And the ×3 critical damage multiplier is better than 2.1. Now, in this category, it has 33% status chance over the Tiberon Prime's 20. But like I said, we're going for critical in this comparison. Now, when we go to the single shots, the Kuva Hind has 7% more of a critical chance. But the Tiberon Prime has 3.4 critical damage, so that's a coin toss. And when we get to status, the Kuva Hind has a 3% more status than the actual Tiberon Prime. That one's a toss-up. Now, when it comes to auto, it's almost better to go for a status build, and in that mind, the Hind smashes the Tiberon Prime, no problem. Now, when it comes to auto, it is so much better in status that we just gotta go for status, and in that way, the Hind wins this category hands down with a faster fire rate, a higher critical chance as well. It's got a lower damage multiplier, but it has a higher status point. So if you're going for status in the auto, you gotta give this one to the Hind. Now, the way, like I said, I built them up in my weapons, the Hind technically has more damage, and usually that'd be the end of the conversation. But it has a whopping 32.3 more damage. That's only because of my progenitor gave me a 17.1 damage boost for heat. They're a super close comparison. Like I said, damage would usually take the win. But the last thing that I haven't counted yet is the amount of work needed for these weapons. Because honestly, relic hunting can be a pain. Getting the right relic, that's a thing in itself. Then once you have it, you have to start the whole praying process that you get the right piece because you just ran out of the fissures, and oh, I hate making them radiant. This process can be lengthy depending on your luck. Although you could just buy it. Now, that's an option. I wouldn't, but it's a choice. You can't buy the Kuva weapons. The Kuva weapon hunts are much longer process, to be honest. Finding the lich or the larva with the weapon that you want actually has worse odds than getting the relic that you're looking for. See, we're already gambling. I also believe it takes about 60 dead thralls before you can fully unlock one murmur relic. These enemies are going to be level 50 minimum and up on the levels. Once you figure out what the murmur relic is, then we got to do the whole gambling process of figuring out the right order. And if you screw it up, it takes a long time to bring your lich back out. It's a long process. Even when you got the right relic order, sometimes your lich just doesn't show up. It drives me absolutely crazy. And now you got your weapon. It's going to take you 5 formas to max that weapon out. Now, I personally have taken a brand new Kuva weapon on a completely different Kuva hunt. I've completed that Kuva hunt before that weapon is 5 forma maxed out. So, that's tragic. Just my experience, I guess. So you can argue with my final decision. I get it if you feel the work involved doesn't technically have anything to do with the performance of the gun. You might have a valid point. I just feel, after 5 formas, you could be sick of the weapon. The work matters if it impacts whether you're going to use the weapon or not. That's just how I feel. So in my opinion, and it's close, but I gotta give the Tiberon Prime the win, solely because of the work. That's the straw that broke this camel's back. Which means, for the first time, and probably not the last, this is Kuva Mastery Fodder, which really sucks because this is a 5 forma piece of fodder. That sucks. Or don't bother with it at all. That's kind of what I'm doing here, is making your gaming easier. This might be a waste of your time if you already have the Tiberon Prime. Oh, I wish I didn't rhyme. Oh god, stop it. The Kuva Hind is the next best weapon to the Tiberon Prime because of the work. Unless you want a status version of it, if you love your status, then the Hind that's the weapon you're looking for. So, that's it for this Kuva Compare. Disagree or agree. Either way, you actually might be right, to be honest. Join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments or Instagram. These are the ways we could talk. If you're new to the team, you can leave the word work in the comments so we know who you are. Don't forget to keep it easy, and remember, just keep gaming.